Hey guys, it's your girl Rose Rita. And tonight I want to talk about how much you need to make to purchase a house. Now, of course, a lot of people think they can just, I get a lot of people call and they're talking to me about it on my other channel and they're trying to figure out, I want to buy a house. That's all I hear is, I want to buy a house. You can't afford to buy a house right now. I want you to stop it, sit on your hands, and wait. The reason why I say that is because the housing market is crazy and these houses are way overpriced. Okay, so let's talk about your income first. So if you're trying to buy a home right now and you're trying to buy it in California, your yearly income needs to be $210,000. If you're buying in Las Vegas, $140,000. Wyoming is 132. Say Michigan 76. It could be lower if you drop down and go to Ohio somewhere. Okay, you get it cheaper. What is this? Florida 109, and Louisiana $79,000. And that's what you need to make a year to afford to purchase a house. Now, some people are purchasing a house, they don't quite make that much. Of course, a lot of people are lying and doing it, and in the long run, they're sitting on the sidewalk. I'm just saying, yes, I said it. Okay, some people are buying them and they're buying them on an ARM and they don't understand what an ARM is. That's an adjustable rate mortgage. And now I know Rocket Mortgage is giving out all kind of crazy stuff. I know people that work there that said, girl, don't do it. But I'm just saying, you got to be careful with what you do. And they've got some new stuff coming out. And I heard something on the radio today. I just closed my eyes and kept going. Okay. So what I do is when I'm out there, I like to see what's out there. That's my thing. I like to see. I've always been that way. I go into new homes and whatnot and check them out. So these are some of the things that I found. Now I know that there are other builders. There's a lot of builders out there like Lennar, D.R. Horton, Toll Brothers, and whatnot. But what gets me is how overpriced houses are right now. Okay, they're just way, way overpriced, and you're not getting anything for them because everything you see in the model usually is dressed up, and that's going to cost you. You like that countertop? That's going to cost you. Okay, so by the time you get finished and you go to their showroom where you go and pick out everything to make it look like the model, you way up down price. But I've gone to some of the houses that and sat down on the sofas and give it a looky. I've seen where the baseboards don't meet the walls. I've seen it where they put the putty on the wall or whatever. You can see the little spot there. I've seen walls that are not straight. They have a little wave in them. They're not building houses like they used to. They build them so fast, they know the market's going to crash. They done bought up all this land. They got to get rid of them, okay? Here you come. So, I stopped by two houses. One of them was, the door was locked. I wondered, did they see me coming? The other one was this one, Richmond, American. Okay, I walked in. Of course, they greeted me, two nice ladies. They were very nice to me. Thank you, ladies. You're watching. And I told myself, I'm just looking. I was just trying to figure out what the price of houses were in this area. First of all, the area was not a $500,000 area. There were big lines. What do you call them? Telephone pole lines, and not telephone, but they're electrical lines that ran back behind it. There was a big office building behind it, and I was like, okay. So I go in, and she's pointing out, I said, so what is this one costing? And I believe it was this one. It was it's 1,900 square feet, 2-car garage. Oh, but they had 10-foot ceilings. And when she said, oh, and our ceilings and blah, blah, this and that. And I'm thinking, okay, the ceilings to me, I mean, I like, tall ceilings, but 10 feet, I'm thinking of the air conditioning bill, the heating bill, because this is all going up there. Okay, it makes the house look bigger. She talked about the baseboards that were I guess they were like 3 or 4 inches, but they were just looked like wood, just wood, painted white. They didn't have any curve or anything to them. You know what I mean? See, when I started talking about baseboards, I'm looking for quality. Okay. So I'm standing there. That's why my daughters don't go nowhere with me, because they say, you be picking stuff apart. Yes, I do. So I said, okay. So I said, I'm just going to take a look-see. It didn't have any furniture in it, which didn't help at all. But the 1,900 square feet, I knew what that was. So I go in the kitchen. It was mediocre. It was not a kitchen that I go, oh my God, I could see myself in here. It had stone countertop. It was nice with the it was nice. It was okay. So of course I'm opening the drawers, because that's me, and I like to knock on the bottom of the drawers because a lot of them, they bounce. Okay, they were wood drawers. They were nice. They're gonna hold some stuff. Okay, and I walked. Here when they build the homes, you have the kitchen with the great room. Everything is open, which is nice because you can entertain and do whatever. And so I went and I said, I'm going to go back here to this. I said, how many bathrooms is this? She said, 2.5 baths. Okay. So I walked back there in the bathroom. I said, where's the tub? Echoing through the house, because it was empty. She said, oh, they don't do tubs anymore. Yes, the hell they don't. I done seen them with tubs. I mean, really, a woman likes to lay back and soak. Men do too, but women like to soak. Bubble bath and whatnot. It had, of course, a stone shower with, the 3-side glass, which was nice. How much did that cost? Nothing. Okay, but there was no tub, and the bathroom wasn't that big. You know what I mean? And then it had 2 face bowls, and they were right there together. I've seen them in nice houses that have one over here and one over there with the little area cut out so you can put your little seat there while you're doing your makeup and stuff. That's what I'm talking about when I'm talking about over $500,000. So the other one, I said, let me check out the other one. The other one had the tub with the wall shower. How much is this house? She said, oh, it's $689. I was like, oh my God, $689? Okay, and the windows were small. I'm into big windows. I like that sun. You know what I mean? Oh my God. I was like, okay, well, I said, it's a nice house, We talked, we chatted for a while, I kind of cut them up a little bit. They were glad I was leaving. And so I said, on the other side, she said, oh, those are $799 and up, pending. Well, I had driven over there, and it said office this way. They had 2 offices, so I guess that side had sold out, or nobody was on that side. But it was a 2-car garage as well. And the houses were close together, and not a lot of front lawn, because you're in Las Vegas unless you buy way out. And I'm thinking to myself, oh my God, look at this. And you're close to $1 million for this? So I got in my car, I left. I acted like I had some sense. Okay? So now, I'm thinking, sit on your hands. Don't buy anything. Don't do anything, because the housing market is going to crash. It's going to crash. If if interest rates go up, people who bought their home at a lower interest rate, they're damn sure not going to sell it and take a higher interest rate for the same home and or less. People who, you see what I'm saying? And if you buy one now, you're buying it, it's going to be overpriced. So if the market drops, you can't even sell it. And you got a high interest rate. Think about it. Sit on your hands. Don't do anything. You might want to just rent an apartment or something until things cool down. And by the way, apartment rents are slowly coming down. I know here in Las Vegas, they got all the flags out offering this and that, and you can go in and make a deal. You ain't got to go in there and just, but a lot of them are asking, they're looking for people to rent these apartments. And this is the problem. People don't have credit. People got bad credit. And now a lot of these apartments and whatnot, they've caught on to people using CPN numbers and whatnot. They're not written to you. Have an eviction. I always tell people, if you think you're going to get put out, move out. Don't wait to get evicted. It's better to have it on your credit as a bill than an eviction. So, what I'm seeing as I ride around, I'm looking at neighborhoods where you can tell that it's a what do they call it, stress neighborhood. The bushes and everything are real long on a lot of the houses. People have ripped out their lawns. It's all rock. It's just a hot mess. Tons of cars and whatnot in the driveways and oil, and it's a hot mess. And then they have somebody next door with a for sale sign. And what do you think they're going to get for that? Don't get stuck. I'm telling you, sit tight, clean up your credit, be ready to roll when the time is right. Because if you're not, if the interest rates drop, people with money, they're going to be the ones grabbing up all the houses. Okay? People with money and credit. So that's what you need to start looking at. So if you have student loans and whatnot, I said go on and start paying on them. Set up some kind of payment plan for them so that it looks better on your credit. If you've got debt, credit cards and whatnot, start trying to settle them. Those people know they probably ain't going to never get their money. So try to settle with them and ask them in writing. Tell them you want it in writing to take it off your credit. Okay? And when they take it off your credit, they got to take it off. You want the credit, the collection company and the original creditor to remove it from the credit. Because it really don't make sense to have it off of one and not have it off the other. Oh my God, that took a lot. Anyway, sit on your hands. Be patient. Don't jump out there and do something that you cannot afford to do. I will see you on my next video. Oh, and by the way, I do have a daughter here in Las Vegas that works for she's a loan officer with Nova Home Loans. Her name is Nadia Jones. You can see her on Facebook. You can Google her. She will give you the facts on credit as far as buying a home and how much you can afford and what they're running in Las Vegas. That's something I used to do. I don't keep up with that anymore. I'm more or less on the repair side. And when I say repair, I mean I teach you how to repair your credit yourself. It's that and consulting. So I will tell you what to do, but you will handle everything yourself. If you have any questions, of course, you know what to do. Subscribe down here. Till my next video, I will talk to you soon. See me at Rosarita-Yes I Said It -A, the number 2, Z. Have a great one. Bye-bye.